A pleasant day, class. We are Group 3 reporters.
I am teacher Sheila Mae Benebireto, the first reporter.
And I am the second teacher, Venz, Jezyl, Celmar.
To be followed by teacher Sheina Canobas.
I am teacher Maridel Lalic.
And to be followed by Sir John Lloyd Doroy.
Good morning, class! So today we're gonna discuss about the Philippine popular culture, the music and dance. But just to clarify everyone, our group or our teachers, today we're gonna discuss only about the Philippine music. So does anyone have any idea what is music? Yes, Miss Alibo? Thank you for the idea, Miss Alibo. So in addition, music is a systematic structure of sounds with the elements of rhythm, dynamic, pitch, tone, and more. So before we're gonna discuss further, let's tackle, or I'm gonna present you now the table of content of our book. So first, we're gonna discuss about the Filipino folk music, the gong music in the Philippines, the rondalya, or also have the harana and the kundiman. We're gonna discuss also the original Filipino music, the Philippine choral, and lastly, the United States introduced the American blues. So in this tackle, or the last topic, we're gonna discuss these branches: the folk music, R&B, rock and roll, and Filipino hip hop music. Primal music. Can anyone please read the sentence in this slide? Yes, Mr. Rosas. Thank you for that, Mr. Rosas. So again, primal music is a series of recordings and have been made on a musical played on the spot. So music that does not have to be repeated and have to be performed only once. So there are styles that use traditional musical instrument in a primal way. So here you can see the picture. Usually it is presented in a katutubo play. Next slide. Let's discuss about the indigenous music. So can anyone please read the slide? Yes, Miss Muñez. Thank you so much for that, Miss Muñez. So again, indigenous music, it came, or one of the famous artists of this indigenous music is Mr. Lucio San Pedro, who composed the famous music, which is the Ugoy ng Duyan. Does anyone have any idea what is sa Ugoy ng Duyan all about? Yes, thank you so much for that. As you can see in the presentation, it is about the loving touch of mother to her child. Now, let's listen to some clips or some part of the music.
Sana'y di magmaliw ang dati kong araw nang munti pang bata sa piling ni nanay. Nais kong maulit ang awit ninang mahal, awit ng pag-ibig habang ako'y nasa duyan.
Thank you. Now, let's proceed. A folk song in pre-colonial period have a strong connection with nature. Usually, the folk song that was created before is all about the diversity of that specific community. It also reflects the history as a melting pot of different culture on that specific place or region. There are 5 examples or famous folk music, which is the Liron Liron Sinta, also the Magtanim ay Dibiro, Bahay Kubo, Sampung Mga Daliri, at Sitsiritsit. So now, the next topic will be discussed by Ma'am Stella, the gong music in the Philippines.
Good day, everyone. I'm Venz Celmar from Group 3. This report offers a basic understanding about the gong and rondalya, covering the significance, usage, and simple instruction on how to play it. But before anything else, Mr. Sepe, in your own opinion, what comes in your mind when you heard gong and rondalla? Yes, that's a good point. So, gong music can be divided into two types. The flat gong, commonly known as gangsa and played by the groups in the Cordillera region, and the boost gongs played among the Islam and animist group in the southern Philippines. So there are two types of gong. The gangsa that played in Cordillera and the boost gong that played in Islam. So let's listen the sound of the gong. Moving forward to my next topic, which is the rondalla. I know most of us here already heard about the rondalla. And we think, Dayon, that it is from Philippines. It originated here in Philippines. But no, darling, it is not. Rondalla originated in Spain. Please, Miss Villarba, read the rondalla. There are three types of rondalla, which is the guitar, mandolin, and lute. So obviously, rondalla came from Spanish, and it means ronda or serenade, and in Tagalog is harana. So the rondalla passes here in Philippines, and time goes by. There are changes from 1 rondalla to 6 rondalla, and most of it ginagamitan og pick, which is sa guitar. Rondalla play a vital role in Philippines. We use it when it comes to singing, even in dancing, for us to enjoy and to represent our Philippine tradition. We use it like, for example, in Karanyosa, Kondiman, Foksong, Harana, Palitaw, and Tinikling. Then, yes, most of it we're using rondalla. So that's it for my report. Thank you.
Hello class! In continuation of the discussion, I will be disseminating the original Filipino pop music. But before anything else, I would like Miss Christine Alforque to read the following sentences about original Filipino pop music or original Filipino music. Okay, I appreciate your kind effort for reading the following sentences. Now, original Filipino pop music, no more commonly termed original Pinoy music or original Philippine music, or also known as OPM, originally referred only to Philippine pop songs, particularly after the collapse of its predecessors, and in 1970s to 2010s, there are many popular artists like Nora Honor, Terso Cruz III, Pilita Corrales, Eddie Peregrina, Ramon Jacinto, Victor Wood, and Asin, and many more. When we say OPM, OPM refers to any musical composition with or without lyrics, originally created by a Filipino. So that's what makes the OPM is all about. It is about the artistry and the craftsmanship of the Filipino artists, specifically in the industry of music. English or other foreign language or any Philippine dialects can be considered as an OPM. Okay? So basically, when we say OPM, it is primarily composed of Filipino artists with their Filipino music or its compositions. Moving forward, pop music, or also known as OPM, has been regularly showcased in the live band scene. Groups such as New Colors, Side A Intro Voice, The Teeth, Yano, True Fate Passage, and Freestyle popularize songs that clearly reflect the sentiment character of OPM pop. Basically, when we say OPM, OPM is not just about solo artists. OPM also composed of groups of singers, including the New Colors, Side A, Intro Voice, The Teeth, and so much more. And nowadays, another set of example of groups that were included in this genre called OPM are the following, such as this band, Ben and Ben, and I Belong to the Zoo, and so much more. Those groups of musicians are considered to be part of the OPM music or pop music OPM. Okay, moving forward, in the new millennium up to the 2010s, Filipino pop music artists including Sara Geronimo, Eric Santos, Yeng Constantino, Mark Bautista, KZ Tandingan, and Christian Bautista, among many others. Now, those artists that I have mentioned here are the most famous or considered to be one of the most famous artists in the Pinoy OPM or OPM music. We already know that Sarah won the Billboard Women Award in the past weeks, and that signifies how OPM really made an impact to the music industry. And that's why we have to love and appreciate our own music, because at the end of the day, Filipinos should support Filipinos. And by that, we should support our locality, specifically in terms of music. And I hope you learned valuable insights in regards to the OPM. And that would be all. Thank you so much.
The Philippine choral traditions encompasses a wide range of musical styles including traditional folk songs, indigenous chants, Western classical music, and contemporary compositions. It has deep roots in the Filipino culture, with its beginnings tracing back to the early days of Spanish colonialization when choral music was introduced through the church. However, it wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that choral singing became more widespread, especially in the schools and communities. Throughout the years, Filipino choral music was evolved, incorporating elements from various cultural influences while maintaining its distinctiveness. Schools, churches, and communities plays crucial roles in nurturing choral groups and providing platforms for training and performances. Filipino choirs have gathered international acclaim, showcasing the country's musical talent and heritage on the global scales. They have participated in prestigious choral competitions and festivals, winning numerous awards and recognitions. Examples of renowned Filipino choirs include Philippine Madrid Singers, the University of the Philippines, Concert Chorus, and Ateneo de Manila Glee Club. Overall, the Philippine choral traditions continues to thrive, reflecting the rich cultural tapestry of the nation and captivating audiences worldwide with its diverse repertoire and exceptional vocal artistry. Harana and kundiman are both deeply rooted in Filipino culture, serving as expression of love and courtship. Harana, which originated the Spanish colonial period in the Philippines, became popular in the late 19th and 20th centuries. It involves a suitor singing outside the home of the woman he is courting, typically accompanied by string instruments like the guitar. Some popular examples of Harana songs include Dahil sa iyo, ang gaano ko ikaw kamahal. On the other hand, kundiman emerged during the late 19th century as well, but gained prominence during the early 20th century as a response to Filipino nationalism and romanticism. Kundiman songs are characterized by their slow melancholic melodies and poetic lyrics expressing themes of love, longing, and patriotism. Some famous examples of kundiman songs include Nasaan Ka Erog Ko and Dahil sa Isang Bulaklak. Both Harana and kundiman have endured through generations, becoming integral parts of Filipino musical heritage and continuing to be performed and cherished to this day.
Good day everyone, I am teacher Maridel and my topic is about the American period music in the Philippines. Everyone, can you read the sentence? Very good everyone. During this time, American blues, rock music, R&B and rock and roll become popular. The group was composed of 4 Filipino brothers, which is si Tony, Junior, Eddie and Albert Maligmat, and their father Doroteo Moro Maligmat. Then followed by the song Like the Big Guys Do, which peaked as the high 55 number on the Billboard Hot 100. Then the Santa Santa, a Christmas novelty song by the unknown songwriter Neil Diamond, and lastly the We Got Love, which is available on their LP Killer Jew from 1963. Then nawala sila in mid-1960s kay nauso naman po ang laing banda. Then in 1978, this is the breakthrough success of Freddie Aguilar. So as time passed, the Philippine musicians added folk music and other influence to their sounds, which led to Freddie Aguilar breakthrough success in 1978 with his debut recording Anak or Child, which translated into 27 languages worldwide. Then the lyrics speak of the Filipino family values, and the genre is mix of Pinoy pop and folk music. Then it is released in 1978 and it was recorded in 1977. The song is about realizing and regretting his mistakes 5 years later, as Freddie composed Anak, a song of remorse and apology to his parents. Lastly, Asin. Asin also broke into the music scene in the same period and were very popular. The Asin, also known as Salt of the Earth or Asin ng Lupa, are a Pinoy folk rock band. They started as a trio in the late 1970s before becoming a quartet. So ang members nila is si Mike Pilora Jr., also known as Nonoy, si Cesar Banyares Jr., also known as Saro, and Loleta Carbon, also known as Nini, and then lastly Fred Aban Jr., also known as Pindong. The first song title of Asin band is Pilora, also meant the name of the group to allude to the biblical metaphor, salt of the earth. Okay, my topic will end here. Thank you for the participation, and the next topic will be reported by Teacher Doroy.
Good morning class. So for today's video is we are going to continue our discussion for the Filipino music and dance. But my part is the Filipino hip hop. Now, before anything else, I would like to ask somebody to give his or her idea of what is a Filipino hip hop. Alright, so we have Mr. Patrimonio raising his hands. In your idea, Mr. Patrimonio, what do you think a hip hop is? Alright, so thank you for your idea, Mr. Patrimonio. I appreciate your ideas. So that's it, no? According to him or to Mr. Patrimonio, a hip hop is a music, which is actually correct. So everyone, let's read the sentence on the screen. So, Filipino hip hop is a hip hop music performed by a musicians of Filipino descent both in the Philippines and also in overseas, especially by the Filipino. Of course, from the word itself, Filipino hip hop, basically, it was owned or a song by Filipino. But hip hop music is not just only song or sung by the Filipino hip hop artists, but also we have the Filipino American hip hop artists who also sung or who also singing a hip hop song. Now let's continue reading. In the Philippines, it is known to have the first hip-hop music scene in Asia since the early 1980s, largely due to the country's historical connection with the United States, where hip-hop originated. So according from the context, no, the hip hop is not really originated in the Philippines but in the United States. So the hip hop's music was originated in the United States and not in the Philippines. Actually, I guess you have now a plenty of idea for our discussion for today, especially the Filipino hip hop. So please be reminded everyone that the hip hop is not actually originated in the Philippines as I discussed earlier. So the hip hop is originated in the what? In the United States. Rap music released in the Philippines has appeared in a different languages such as Tagalog, hip hop song, Chavacano, Cebuano, Ilocano, and English. So in the Philippines, we have this famous hip hop artist, and I know that you are familiar with him. It's Francis Magalona, which is known for his Mga Kababayan and Man from Manila. I know you are familiar with Francis M. That is famous hip hop song. And we also have Glock 9, which is known for his famous music, Serena song. And of course, we have also Abra the Rapper, known for his Gayuma and Abracadabra music. We also have Bitoy or Michael V, which is known for his parody song. Actually, this is originated or this is owned by the Lula Amor band or the song Raining in Manila, which is he make a parody Waiting Here sa Pila that actually became famous in the Philippines. And of course, the most famous artist, we have Andrew E, known for his song Humanap Ka ng Pangit, that the world is vibing with his song. And that's all. The cited artists below are that is the example of hip hop music that they are performing with. And I guess that would be all my report, and I hope you learn the Group T reporters from the first reporter up to the last reporter. Thank you.